Are you thinking of getting a brand new Corso puppy? Well, it's a very exciting time, but something you should be thinking about is when you should actually start training that puppy, and today we're going to help with that. Welcome back to the Fenrir Corso Show. My name's Joe and I'm a certified canine leader here at FenrirCanineLeaders.com. We are dedicated to helping you learn everything you could possibly want to know about the Corso and then how to become a high-level canine leader so you can raise your very own. So if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and turn on that notification bell so you never miss a future upload. Bringing home a puppy is a very, very exciting time, but something you should think about is when you're actually going to start training them. Are you going to leave it for a little bit or are you going to get going straight away? Well, to help you, we're going to be tuning into a webinar that the canine behaviorist and founder of FenrirCanineLeaders.com, Will, has recorded all about when you should start training your puppy.
So let's jump into another quickfire webinar, and this is about a question that we get all of the time, and that is, when should you start training your new puppy? A lot of people are worried that their puppy's going to be traumatized from being removed from its parent, so you should give it time to settle in. Do you want to wait till they reach adolescence? Is there a good time? Is there a bad time to start training? And my thought process on this is really simple, but I'm going to then explain some of the more theory behind it of why it's so important. So it's simple, but incredibly important. And that is that you should start training your puppy from the very first second that you ever meet them. Now, the reason I say that is because for me, training is more than just teaching your puppy new tricks. When I think about training a dog, that happens in every single interaction that we ever have with our dogs. From the second you pick it up right up until its very last day, we are training our dogs non-stop. Sometimes that might be very formal training, which is what a lot of people think of when they think of training my puppy, teaching it to sit, stay, down, come, recall, heel, all that stuff. But what about house manners? What about how to interact with other dogs, how to interact with other people, how to live in our home, how to display the right behaviours, how to abide by our rules, boundaries and expectations? That is an ongoing process that never ends and happens from the second you pick your dog up. And it happens through a process called operant conditioning. Operant conditioning, I could do seminars on operant conditioning, but very basically, it's how a dog learns, and it's broken up into 4 quadrants. There is positive reinforcement, which is what most people know, negative reinforcement, positive punishment, and negative punishment. Again, I'm not here to explain operant conditioning to you, but every time a dog experiences anything, one of those 4 quadrants is triggered, which will either, in the forms of reinforcement, mean that that behaviour happens more, or in the form of punishment, see that behaviour happen less frequently. So every time we have an interaction with our dogs, they're learning. Therefore, we are training them on how to behave and how to live in this world that we've brought them into. So when you think about how to train your dog and when to start training your dog, that happens from the very first second and never stops for the rest of its life. If you understand that concept and have that mindset and be mindful, that's the main thing. If you're mindful that that is the case, then you will be aware that everything you're doing will result in a behaviour happening more frequently, reinforcing that behaviour, or a behaviour happening less frequently, punishing that behaviour. Now again, what that actually looks like is a topic for another discussion, but when you think about when should you start training your puppy, restructure that thought process in your mind and restructure it to understand that you are always training your puppy. From the day you bring it home till its last day, you are training your puppy. Then it's up to you. Are you going to train them to display the right behaviours, to be a lovely, well-rounded, well-mannered, quiet, balanced dog? Or are you going to train them to display bad behaviours and be a reactive, fearful, anxious or aggressive dog? That happens from second one to the last second, and the results are completely up to you. So get after it, get stuck in and enjoy the process.
There you have it, guys. Some really useful information from Will there, all about when you should start training your Corso puppy. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. If so, get involved in the comments down below, as we would love to hear from you. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on that notification bell, as we have 2 dedicated videos coming out every single week. So I can't wait to see you in the next episode of the Fenrir Corso Show.